I'm Bernarr Johnson, B-E-R-N-A-R-R. It should be a D, but my mother liked the R better, and I've fought it all my life. So I volunteered for the service, and I was in the Army for a couple of years and overseas for 18 months. And when I got home, lo and behold, they paid my way all the way through medicine. I thought it was probably worthwhile, but I joined hospice on the recommendation of my doctor. I have angina. It's been about 10, 11 years ago I had heart surgery, and I've had a very good 10 years, working hard and having very little trouble. But my angina started in again like they said it would. So we don't know how long it's going to be. It might be a long time, might not. But we're just waiting now. But I can get around the house. I do art, somewhat. I'm going back to art. I gave it up for many years. But I do, of course, a lot of reading and getting in contact with people we know. I'm 95, I'm going on 96 in 11 months. My wife, after 71 years, she died a year ago. And we were wondering who was going to go first, but she had more pull than I did. My wife was in hospice just for a short time, but they did help her to be comfortable, and she passed away in her sleep, which was nice. Hospice has taken over our medication, and I take 3 different types of medicine. Most of it's nitrogen to expand the blood vessels, and that has to be filled every month. We also have a chaplain. He comes every week or so, and we have a physical therapist that gave me some exercises, because one of my big problems is balance. And that seems to be the problem with most older people. Your balance from your ears goes out, and I do exercises now every evening, and sometime in the morning I'll do them. A little more than she said I have to do, but I thought I'd try them. We also have a nurse that comes and checks my blood regularly, my pressure, on a weekly basis, is what they seem to be. They bought me a bed so that's much more comfortable, because I can bend, it goes up and down and bends your knees, and I found it very, very good. I think they are slowly getting me ready for the last illness. And I think it's good. I think that hospice is a very good idea. I haven't had a lot of my patients that passed away, but I've had a lot of the family and friends. And it is good if you can prepare a person for it. I think they feel better about it and don't worry as much. Like my daughter is my caregiver right now, and she can go and work a couple days a week, but we know that there's somebody, if I have trouble, I can call someone right away and they would come here. And she doesn't have to worry about the prescriptions like she was before. They pretty well keep them filled. And if I want something, she will phone them first to see if they're supplied, and then get it if necessary. So none of us have gone through this before, and we're all sort of wondering what's the next thing. And I think it's nice. The chaplain has been very, very good with that. We've had several long discussions. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate hospice, and I think that it is a very necessary thing. And I've had enough to do with some people that dying before where we didn't have hospice, And it was a real chore. But hospice has sort of made the way softer. And I didn't think of joining it right away, but my doctor said, he said, you should start early while you know what's going on, and then you don't have to get to know people when you're feeling badly. My wife also was under hospice, but she always wanted to die in her sleep, and she did.